Okay. Let's see. Look at the broadcasts. I'm gonna assume that I can be heard. Mute microphone. So I'm just gonna assume that this is working the way it should, as far as broadcasting goes. Let me, because I can't find it on YouTube. I've waited a little bit, and I could not see my previous stream on YouTube. So we're just gonna go with the assumption that it is working. Now, just a fair warning, let me see, reverse camera toggle inputs. I'm just gonna run through a couple settings really quick. Gameplay. Where is it? Cinematic. Radio subtitles, no. Aim assist. No aim assist. No aim assist. Leave it on for vehicle. Gameplay. I believe, yeah, we're gonna keep nudity on. So this is gonna be an 18 plus stream. Because Cyberpunk is best played without censoring. And I really don't give a shit anyways, because I do this for fun. So, let me see. I wish I could see where this is, like, I know it's broadcasting to YouTube, but I don't know if it's going to the right place, but I mean, I guess I probably check. Let me see. Customize. Let me bring broadcast up to here. And it's 0 people watching. Well, maybe if it would pop up on YouTube, people could watch it. Let's see. I really want to know if this is actually working or not. Hey! I see it now. Let's go. Let me see if this updates. How long has this been going for? About a minute. It looks like it's about... Yeah, no. It's working. Shit, that's awesome. Let's go. Okay. So, I'm gonna keep my chat open on my phone. And let me see if I can't. I'm gonna take my extra pair of headphones. Position it like this so I can see the chat easier. And we're gonna play some Cyberpunk. I have been asked to play Cyberpunk for a while now, and I never really went through with it. No particular reason why, but I've had a really shitty day today, as I do most holidays, because family is awesome. So I've decided I would cool down a bit with some streaming, because why the hell not? But I will say this, if you've played Cyberpunk before, I'm going to quiet down the music a little bit, because you probably can't hear me very well. Yeah, it's working. Awesome. I don't know what was going on with the first stream, but it was not working too well. We're going to quiet that down a little bit. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. They've basically completely overhauled how everything works in Cyberpunk as of a couple updates ago. So it's very, very hard to get stuff now. So I am going to be playing a little bit more cautious with how I spend my creds and everything. But we're gonna do that. Scan your personal to begin your account registration. I don't know what any of that is, but we're gonna play the game. We're gonna do a regular start because I'm gonna play through the entire game for you, and yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do normal. I think. How is Cyberpunk supposed to be played? Because this is gonna be, if I do hard or very hard, it's gonna be very difficult on PlayStation. Because you can't do the snappy movements like you can with a mouse and keyboard. So I've done a complete playthrough of Cyberpunk base game as V as a nomad. I played a little bit of Street Kid, but I've never really gone into Corpo, so that's what we're gonna do this time. I'm still gonna try and get with Pan Am if at all possible, because Pan Am is basically the only real option for romance in this game, and she's flipping awesome, as anyone should know if they've played this before. I think it's pretty good. Let me see, hairstyle. Ah! So sassy. Sassy, sassy. Oh my gosh, that is awful. Let's go. It exhibits Asian a little bit. I think I'll go with this base for V. And I think that's good. Mohawk. I could do that. I think I'm gonna go with just a normal hairstyle. Eye color. We're gonna hop in here. I also learned that you can click that button to get all these options. So I think we're gonna go with like some robotic eyes because they look sick as flip. That looks nice. I think I like these though. Probably change the eyebrow color to match. I think it's this one. Or this one. I think it's that one. And the eyelash color is gonna match that too. I think everything else looks fine as far as like the base goes. Let's see what kind of cyberware. I like the gold. Give him some gold teeth too. Like that. Looks good. What kind of skin tones do we got? Oh, bronze color. That's handsome, handsome. See if we can't get a good beard rolling. Beard color. Let's change the beard color to that. That looks good right there. Let's see if we can't find a good style. And hello to the other person that is watching. I see the viewer count is 2 right now. One, I know one is me, but I know there's someone else. So hello to you, and I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. That's okay. Ah! I think that looks okay. No. Looks better. Facial tattoos. Center. Yeah. Aren't we all centers? Body tattoos. I like that. We're gonna keep genitals off just so that I don't get demonetized too fast. Here's the important parts. Progressing it improves your proficiency in smart weapons. Shotguns like machine guns. Assault rifles, machine guns, blades. We're gonna go with that, because... yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. As a starting thing for stats. Attributes, they're called in this, my bad. Yeah. I think that's good. Alright. I believe I've turned off copyrighted music too, so we are going to be playing the radio. I might have to turn down the radio music a little bit, but we can do that. Actually, I should probably do that, to be honest. Hang on. Let me turn the radio down a bit. There we go. NC770416. Ugh, that's gross.
V, you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
You alright?
Fine. Just needed a breather.
Sounded like you blew your guts airlock.
Yeah, I barfed. It's just stress.
Esa chamba te va a matar.
We had a leak. My boss called. Dragged me in because we had to intervene. Everyone at Night City HQ is on edge.
But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
Jackie, if you...
This is loud. This is like ridiculously loud. I'm gonna have to lower the sound effects volume really quick.
Working Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked. Don't worry about me. I'll manage on my own.
Buena suerte.
Good luck. First time in Night City, pay close attention to the tutorials. This is not my first time.
(2074). An Arasaka investigation eliminates a terror cell in Rio de Janeiro, ending a string of attacks and executing the onset of American prohibition. 2076. Arasaka's counterintelligence
Christ, V, you were supposed to be here an hour ago.
In Jakarta.
Got held up, but I'll be right there.
Fucking Frankfurt. That Abernathy bitch will probably dump it in our laps. Ugh, hanging up. I'll be in my office. And you hurry up.
Nice. Always gotta love corporate livelihood.
Saburo Arasaka enlisted as a pilot in the Nippon Kaigun, the Japanese Imperial Navy. By the age of 23, he had already achieved the rank of...
Militech hit 3 of ours.
Mr. Jenkins asked for you.
Hey, V.
He's in his office.
It's been ages.
What's the status?
It's me, Frank. We met during Icefall. East Coast, remember?
I didn't know you were in Night City. How have you been?
You know how it is. A week ago, I was still in Cape Town. I heard you're in counter intel. Must have a shit show on your hands right now after Frankfurt. Jenkins is your lead, right? Is he what everyone says he is?
What's everyone say about Jenkins?
That he's effective. Like any psychopath. Apparently, he's gone a little crazier lately.
Hey, he's in a tough spot. The director was supposed to greenlight his promotion when the Japanese arrived. She stabbed him in the back instead. Listen, sorry, in a bit of a rush right now. We'll talk another time, okay?
Sure, sure. Good seeing you again.
Emergency protocols active. System security confirmed.
Jenkins boy.
Actually, I'm gonna make sure that my audio is coming through. And it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I couldn't work with that prick.
enter the antechamber. Visitor authorization granted.
Are you online? Have a seat, V. Be right with you. We have to handle this voting issue before we lose our bases in the Sea of Clouds. They're about to begin. What's the situation? Yeah, just as we thought. You know what to do. Start now.
Gosh dang. Nothing like killing a bunch of world leaders.
Director Abernathy.
I watched the vote. What the hell was that?
A deep clean after the shit Frankfurt dumped on us. As we agreed, I got rid of the problem.
I told you to resolve the problem, not massacre the European Space Council. Do you understand what the cover-up will cost?
We would have lost the license. Now we gained a week. That's a win.
Path of least resistance always. No nuance. Has you written all over it. We're not done talking about this.
I hate that bitch. I always have.
This isn't the first time Abernathy set you up.
No, not the first. Smeared me in front of Japanese execs, so she'd be the one promoted to Director of Spec Ops. A cunt. Now she's holding a gun to my head to make sure I don't try anything. But she won't pull the trigger because she needs me. I do what she doesn't have the guts to do.
Divide and conquer. Effective strategy.
Effective. What would you do in my position?
You have to defend yourself. Remind Abernathy you're not her doormat.
You're right.
Smack her once, but hard. She'll respect you.
Seems we see eye to eye on this issue. Take this. It's what I've collected over the past weeks. Biometrics, trauma team card, names of her closest associates, driver, chief of security, lover, lover's husband, everything. Use it, and make sure Abernathy won't be a problem anymore. You said it. I need to defend myself.
If anyone finds out we even talked about this, I'll go down with you.
That's true. But everyone knows you only made it to where you are thanks to me. So it's not like they could ever believe you played no part in it.
What'll happen if I refuse?
Don't ask stupid questions. This isn't a request, V. We seem to understand each other. Take this, too. Use this money only. Find the right people for the job. No corporate affiliation. And for the core task,
God dang.
use someone you know inside out. Are we clear?
Yeah, I think we're clear.
Good. In that case, I'll await your report. And good luck with it. I
Gosh
have my
dang.
AV waiting outside. It's yours to use. And don't disappoint me.
Is there an option to go tell Susan that he's trying to kill her?
I have those
Apparently
reports
not.
you asked for?
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
I know, but I have them now.
Send them to my inbox, and you and I will have a word about this later.
Hey, V, you alive? How's things in the Viper pit?
Need your help, Jack. Got some biz.
Always biz with you, mano. You in some trouble?
Not yet. Right now, I just need a soul I can trust.
That kinda sounded like a yes. Meet me at Lizzie's. Be there in an hour.
The world's going to tear us apart. Access granted.
Hang on, let's go read that personal report. I've never done that, so we'll see what's going on with it.
I need your stamp on something. It's possible one of our assets was exposed.
Is it Frankfurt again?
No, different issue. Local.
Tell me, quick version.
Our agent at Biotechnica suspects they might be onto him. They recently granted him red security clearance. That's top. He's been fishing for dirt, but it's been slow.
Your point?
They're clean. Like we run orphanages clean. Bleached server clean. We suspect they flagged him and are feeding him phony data. Should we greenlight exfil or let him keep looking?
Pull him out, but calmly. Don't raise any eyebrows. Otherwise they'll catch on.
Jenkins will be livid.
I'll handle Jenkins.
Understood.
Indeed, Jenkins will be handled. Trauma team. He's on drugs. He's on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. If there are any kids watching. After assessing data collected from contact reports in Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and Montana, we did not confirm any active NUSA efforts against Arasaka assets or operations in federal territories. North United States of America, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what it is. Northern United States of America, probably. However, the same conclusion cannot be drawn regarding potential threats from Militech. Although the corporation has obvious ties to the NUSA government, or maybe the new United States government, something like that, probably. We were unable to obtain valuable intel due to much tighter control on internal procedure and information flows. We must rely on unconfirmed circumstantial evidence obtained by our own field agents for the time being. Further human gathering required. Current data are circumstantial and do not allow for indisputable conclusions. Vacation with the stars. Okay, read the personal reports. What personal report? Vacation with the stars. Whatever. I don't know what it wants. Let's get into the action. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman.
Please provide your destination.
Bring up district analytics.
Increased NCPD presence and activity has been reported in Haywood. No official statement has been forthcoming. Intercepted radio communications suggest MaxTac has been sent to the area. A widespread power failure has been reported in Santo Domingo. All other districts exhibit activity within expected parameters.
Destination, Lizzie's Bar.
Noted. En route.
This is M54 News broadcasting with a breaking story for you. A conference of the European Space Council screeched to a grisly halt following a failure in a neural stabilization system. 5 European Space Council members are dead, while 3 remain in critical condition. Authorities are still looking into what might have caused this shocking incident. The council members were all wearing Biotechnica-provided devices. The corporation's representatives have, as yet, refused to comment.
Oh, this is what happens when you stick your brain into a machine.
As they come to light.
Someone can just
Stay
switch
with
it off.
M54 News for the latest.
This is a nice looking ship, though. Arasaka.
Hello, V. Yes? We weren't scheduled to connect till the end of the week.
Quantified Satori received notification of a somewhat troubling biometric reading. I felt I should call. Is everything in order?
I'm dealing with a temporary nuisance. Nothing you should worry about.
Just think back to our last session. The neuromotor relaxation exercises 3 times a day. They'll soothe and lift your spirit. I know this.
Sure, okay. See you later.
Oh. Yaiba. Yaiba. Oy vey, Yaiba. All foods. Isn't that a thing in the real world? Is that, or am I mistaking that for something else?
No designated landing site has been detected at the destination.
Find a spot close to the bar, as close as you can. Fuck procedures.
Initiating landing sequence based on new parameters.
Aha! Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Ah, man.
We have arrived at your destination.
Fuck's your problem, Psycho Suit? This look like a landing pad to you? Could have fucking crushed us. Jesus Christ.
Okay, no, hey, we ain't looking for no beef with you.
Ah, photo mode. Let's go. See if we can't get a good angle on Mr. V here. Nice.
Seems trouble once in.
I don't want any trouble. Just here on business.
Good to hear. Welcome to Lizzie's.
Mox. The Mox is Moxie.
There's that cream new place. We went there yesterday. Huh.
It is really quiet in here.
Drawing a blank.
No, is the music that plays in here copyrighted music? Oh my gosh, that sucks.
Now sit down and tell me what's got your shorts in a knot.
It's good to see you too, Jack. How you been?
That sucks,
Got
man.
sparks flying between the Valentino boys and Maelstrom. Eddie's there for the taking, as long as you don't get flatlined. You know how it is. I can't complain, but we ain't here to shoot the shit about me. Let me hear about this problem of yours.
Data shard. Take it.
What do you think? Won't come cheap. It'll have to be done on the sly. No trail. Hard eddies only.
Got the money.
Full crew job for sure. Techie, maybe 2. A runner with a gold-plated brain. And a driver with wheels from hell. Not to mention, a solo.
Huh. The piece I'm missing.
That what you need from me? My trigger finger to zero this lady?
Delicate situation, I know. That's why I need somebody I can trust.
I'm so sad the music in here is
This ain't no
copyrighted.
delicate situation, hermano. It's a hit job. Plain and simple.
You know how Arasaka operates. Or, okay, maybe you don't. This isn't a professional request I can refuse.
But I can. And I am. And you should too. Now, what do you say we liquor up and talk life? Gracias, mamita. Double tequila with grenadine and lime. Nothing better for drowning nerves.
To this.
Was that a toast? The hell does that even mean? You raise a glass to your mama, your hermana. To the mamacita you'll meet at the bar. But this doesn't say a damn thing.
Oh, Jackie. Oh, Jackie Wells.
This job and all the rest of that corpo bullshit. You know what it is? Un pacto con el diablo.
A pact with the devil.
Been saying it all along. Sold your soul to those Arasaka fuckers. Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
Those are the rules, Jack. You want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there.
Not the criminal elements.
Work for yourself.
That's a good friend to have, man.
That's the only way.
That's a good friend to have.
Maybe someday. But for now, I'm still well within their reach.
You'll always be within reach. Always Hey, you lost? Got a problem?
V, is that right?
You're from Arasaka HQ. Is there a problem? Are you here about Frankfurt?
We're here for you. Jenkins assigned you a task today. You'll share all the details with us.
Name and department again? Didn't quite catch it first time round.
Ugh, fuck! How you feeling? Pretty sharp dive, huh?
Your access to company networks is hereby revoked. In 2 minutes, any company cybernetics in your possession will cease functioning. Give us the data you received from Jenkins. This will conclude termination procedures.
Information's on the shard.
Smart choice.
Looks like someone doesn't want Jenkins to continue.
With the formalities, yes. But I think Abernathy would gladly up our fee for ridding her of a piece of rot like you. Stand up. You're coming with us. Come on, move it.
Spirin. I think you fellas might have forgotten just how far from home you are. Not sure this barrio's your style, let alone a healthy option. Queda claro.
Is that a threat?
Well, you start shooting, maybe we join in, huh? Before you know it, somebody might die today.
We have what we came for. It'll do for now.
That's a friend. Right there. That is a friend. And not a friend I would screw with. God dang, man, Jackie's a giant.
Dodged one there. Hijo de la chingada. V, how you feel? You all right?
I can't breathe.
Need help?
No, it's just withdrawal syndrome. Sort of. I think they cut off my hormone regulators. Biomon and SAT analysis system. Body's gotta adjust.
Hey.
Gosh dang, oh my word. Okay, I'm sorry, but like, you see the facial expression this dude has? Oh my gosh, I want to cry. Like, I know that probably sounds stupid, but oh my gosh. You know what that reminds me of? His facial expression. Like you can tell genuine worry from his facial expression. The way his eyes look, the way his face is laid out in the game. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human made me cry so many times in just the first couple hours because of how amazingly they portray everything in that game. Which it's definitely going to be something I play on stream. I have not completed the game, but I've gotten decently far in it, and dear lord, is it an amazing game. It's probably the best I've ever played, like, out of anything. It has better storytelling and better narrative than any game I've ever played in my entire life, but we'll get back into it.
Hey, should I get you to a Ripper? Or, I guess, maybe Trauma Team's on its way.
TT policy's gone, Jack. So are my biochem controllers. Company pad. I mean, they've seized my bank account. Not frozen, seized.
Jesus, these fuckers move fast. You sure you feel okay, though? I mean...
Give me a minute. Get my shit together.
Hope you're having a good Christmas, Red Bamboo. What's up, dude?
That, Jack. Just lost control of my life.
Or girl, I don't know.
Completely.
Sup, bro?
I'd say you got it back. You couldn't say no to them. So they said it to you. This is a turn for the better. You'll see. Besides...
Nice.
I lost everything.
About to say I still have a friend? That's sweet.
No, dumbass. You still got that wad for the hit job, don't you? Probably some fat-ass chunk of cha-ching. Just right for a new start. That's right, fool. Buckle up. Hey,
I love Jackie so much. Oh my gosh.
don't look so hot.
Hey, I mean, $46,000 is that's a pretty good chunk of change. Yeah, I have stupid voice cracks, man. I turn 21 tomorrow, and I'm still getting voice cracks. Like, I'm gonna do a birthday stream if possible. Maybe at night, although I don't know. My father's coming in, so we'll see. Mama Wells.
Popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once, and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. Every new day here means 100 new arrivals, but only half these gonks will survive a year, and that's if it's a good one. And why do these peeps come to NC? Well, to be
I know, it really is.
Morgan, Blackhand, and Waylon Boa Boa. The greater the risk, the bigger the bounty, kids. Or so they say. But you can only be a major league player for so long. The faster you live, the faster you burn out. If you don't get a bullet to the brain first.
Ouch. Bang.
AC's Legends. Know where you'll find most of them?
Copperhead.
Graveyard. Matters not where you're from. Matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk.
Yeah.
Night City. The city of dreams.
I feel like eventually we'll get a city like Night City in real life.
Somewhere in this building. Probably crawling with the pendejos that kidnapped
I mean, there's probably one close to it.
Eyes and ears open, all right? Speaking of which, got you a little something. Militech training shard. In case you need to, brush up on your dance moves. Down for some target practice in VR?
Not now, Jack. No time. Maybe later.
Sure. Mañana.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Elevator. This way.
And I've only got 700 credits. Not good. Not good. Let me see. Do I have anything else besides a pistol? Bro had $46,000 and didn't get anything but a pistol. I might have to pause for a bit to run to the restroom, but I'll try and get through this part before I do so. What the heck was that just popping up on my screen?
Target's Sandra Dorset. Target's biomon went mute a couple hours back. Suspected abduction. Target could have possibly flatlined already. Not sure you're in time.
We're in time, Bug. We. Sure you're on phones, but that don't make you any less part of this squad.
Squad. Charming.
Bug, you could at least try to be nice.
You want nice, supportive? Call a damn helpline. Looking for 1237. Target should be inside, but I got 0 eyes on her biomon. Fingers crossed it's not too late. Ugh, I hate that. Try hacking the door. Think you can trip it on your own, V?
And time to loot. Swing this around here.
Sandra Dorset's protected under Echelon 2 corporal immunity. Our girl's top shelf.
I should probably stop speedrunning, because anyone who's never played this before has no idea what's happening. I'll wait for Jackie.
Mira, eyes up. Pendejos ahead.
Pendejos ahead. I guess he snapped his neck. I don't know. Ooh, hello. 50% carry capacity. I will take that, man. That is awesome. I am a hoarder, so I carry everything. I carry so much in the games I play. Ugh. That does not look pleasant. Ooh, tier 1 item components.
On your toes. More bodies incoming. They're almost on you.
These fucking Reapers. Oh yeah, V, they're coming. Wait for your chance. Pick the prick up.
Find us in. You're in deep!
I have not seen Edge Runners, to be honest. I have not seen it, even though I've played through the entirety of Cyberpunk. Oh my gosh, playing on PlayStation is hard with, without...
Gas are still crawling. Clean it up, clean it out. Don't want to be bringing the target out under fire. And definitely don't want to slug in your
No way. Not neither.
I don't have aim assist on, so I'm like actually having to aim like on mouse and keyboard. I might have to turn on aim assist because this is so hard. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I turned aim assist off, but I might have to turn it on, at least partially, because normally, like, you have the normal aim assist where it completely tracks their movements, but because I can't do fine motor movements with this, with the controller, I might have to turn it on partially, which I don't want to do, but I might have to. Let's see, where is aim assist? I know it's in here somewhere. Larger HUD elements. Means occurred effects. We'll do light, aim assist. So something I figured out is that if you what'll happen, especially, I don't know if this was in the older versions, but in the new versions, if you were getting hacked, then it will show like a red line on your screen if you scan, to where they're hacking you from. Like, most of the time when you're behind cover and you start getting hacked, it will, it'll be from a camera. So if you actually go to the camera that's coming from and you turn off the camera, it'll stop the hack halfway through. So that's what I've been doing to get through the beginning of the game, as far as that goes, at least. But it's definitely difficult. Netrunners are annoying to deal with. They are really annoying to deal with.
Nice. Couldn't have done that better myself.
On your toes. More bodies incoming. They're almost on you.
These fucking Reapers. Oh yeah, D. They're coming. Wait for your chance. Pick the prick off.
We're actually gonna... We're gonna eliminate 2 bodies here. We have the chance.
Thick as locusts. Let's wait and plan a spree. Take one down. Just real quiet. Hey, grab the one closest. Let's take him. Suerte.
Nice. $10 Awesome.
All down.
Money, money, money.
Probably not the last of them. Move on. Move up. Right behind you, V.
I think it's because, specifically speaking, as far as Edge Runners go, it's like kind of a unique show. It captures the kind of like essence of Cyberpunk almost, which is Cyberpunk is very adult themed naturally, but it's also kind of stupid and childish in the way that it's very hedonistic. Everyone in Cyberpunk is extremely hedonistic while also being their own unique personalities. And what I mean in hedonistic is like, as in like they have no, what's a good way to describe it? Like, they're childish in the instance that everybody does everything for their own personal satisfaction and benefit, rather than like for any true noble cause or anything like that. I mean, I view that as like, I view that as childish. Being hedonistic, I think, is childish. Because if you don't have the ability to control yourself and you just engage... Yeah, exactly. They have zero inhibitions. That's what I would consider childish. Because as an adult, what differentiates children from adults is that most adults have the ability to largely the ability to control themselves. Although, of course, we see a lot of times when that does not happen, but that is not the norm as far as everything is concerned. But we've got a good revolver. They kind of balanced the revolvers, because early game, the revolvers were broken as hell. No, it takes a lot. I think, well, because there's like, I don't know, what's a good way to put it? I think there's like 3 types of adults. There's the adults who actually know how to think for themselves, which usually, if they know how to think for themselves, they're people that have suffered in their life. And then you have a lot of...
Watch yourselves.
I don't think this was a thing in prior versions. Gosh dang, Jackie.
Don't see any movement on
my
the sensors.
Man.
Looks like you got him.
But like,
you're clear to go.
What was I saying?
Shit, where the hell's our target?
I wish I could take that with me.
Look around. Gotta be there somewhere.
But you have I don't know if you've ever worked in the metacognitive. I don't know about that. I wouldn't say anyone, like, it's not, you're not like super special if you've suffered and then you come out of it different than you were before, because I think what am I trying to say? I think a good way to look at it is if you were punished as a child, for instance. I was punished a lot as a kid. Sometimes I was rightfully punished, I can admit that, because I was kind of an asshole as a kid. I still am an asshole, but I mean, I was really bad as a kid. And sometimes I deserved it and sometimes I didn't. But that's That's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. And then you see kids who have never been punished their entire life, and you know they've never been punished because they act like complete retards. They act stupid. They don't know how to control themselves in any way, shape, or form. And those are the kinds of people that end up in prison or like that. It's a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff.
Look good.
I have never heard of that myself. I have autism, personally. My father is a god-level narcissist. Like, he's the kind of narcissist that uses religion, that used to use religion to validate his narcissism. He was that kind of person. So I know what that's like. I know what it's like to deal with a narcissist and a hypocrite, because most narcissists are also hypocrites. But that's why I was very hard on myself as a kid because I wanted to be the opposite of my father. So I was very self-deprecative. I was a lot of self-deprecation. But
found the shard. Removing now.
Check the biomon. Anything change?
Greetings, Sandra. If you are conscious, assume recovery position now. An emergency evacuation unit has
I get what you mean.
in 180 seconds.
Biomon
I get what you mean.
will be here in 3 minutes.
Your premium plan will cover 90% of the projected costs of your rescue and treatment.
Yeah, no.
Let's get her off that ice.
It's, there's a lot of people that like to take what the Bible says in one way and then just ignore whatever else it says. Like,
Jackie, air hypo. Fuck, this is bad.
Hey, catch, vato!
it's kind of not, while a cutscene's gone, it's kind of not a good idea to have a conversation about life, but who cares? I certainly don't. I'm having a good time, and that's what, I hope you are too, so that's what matters. But, what was I gonna say?
Fuera, get her out. Terrace.
I guess it just kind of depends, because when you suffer as a child, like suffer from abuse, you'll either end up as an abuser or you will be an amazing parent, for example, because you'll know what not to do.
Clear. Initiating security protocol. Follow all instructions. Stop in the doorway.
I am a health insurance agent, personally. I'm a health insurance agent. I've worked in the fast food industry, never will go back. And I have been in health insurance for about a year. Oh, go back to the doorway. My bad. Former military. I want to thank you for your service in the military, my friend. I want to thank you for that. I personally, I would probably not actively enlist in the military, but I would 100% lay my life down for America if it came to it. I will never go to the military for the government, but
70 milligrams dopamine.
Oh my gosh, I worked at Chick-fil-A and I was breading their chicken, and I cannot have chicken anymore. I can't eat chicken because I was around raw chicken for 2 months straight for like 3 hours a day. And it physically makes me ill to eat chicken that is not either restaurant grade grilled chicken, restaurant grade chicken strips, or chicken fries, you know, like the little strips of chicken, the sticks. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I can't have it unless it's in those three forms. It makes me sick. Which sucks, because chicken's awesome. But
thank you.
It is what it is. It's the sacrifice I had to make.
She's all yours. I'm beat as it is.
Oh, almost forgot. Should get Wakako.
Indeed. Indeed, a funny time to join. No, I mean, it is terrible. Like, no, like, I think there's a lot of people now that...
V, how did it go? Our
Yeah, I'm surprised this is popping off like it's Christmas. Do y'all not have a family to spend time with? I mean, I don't want to spend time with my family either. So I kind of understand if you don't want to spend time with them and you're just surfing on YouTube. But what's going on? Why is there so many people popping in? I guess Cyberpunk is a popular game anyway, still. But I am moving up as far as God wants me to. I've got, I'm trying to think, I've managed to score 29 insurance licenses. I have a health insurance license in 29 states. I've got a life license in 2.
Leave it to me, mano.
And I just found out today that even with all my credentials, UPS drivers get paid almost 2.5 times more than I do. So I'm questioning my life choices, to be honest. UPS drivers get about 6 figures now a year. So I'm like, no, car insurance is a little bit easier. The thing with health insurance, I will say this, for anyone old enough to actually have concerns about health insurance, if you see an advertisement online or on TV, do not ever call the number it advertises, ever, under any circumstance. 90% of insurance companies that are actually worth having do not do advertisements because they don't need to. Because most of the time they have recurring customers, so, and people see their information on the marketplace and then call those companies directly. Health insurance brokers are some of the most dangerous people you could ever speak to, like truly. Oh yeah, no.
Let's grab a tight bite. What do you say?
It's very hard for me. It's hard for me to be a health insurance agent because technically speaking, I have to facilitate people committing insurance fraud. And what I mean by that is I have to put on the application whatever they tell me to put for health insurance, even if they said something different previously. So, like, for instance, I had someone tell me that he was a smoker within the last 6 months, because it goes based off of the last 6 months for health insurance. So even if you quit for 4 months, like he had, he would still be considered a smoker until February of next year. But he said to put on there he wasn't a smoker, and I informed him that the IRS is going to cross-reference those medical records like the IRS does with anything. And he was like, sure, fine, but my doctor doesn't even know I smoke, which was probably the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my time being a health insurance agent over the past 2 years. Definitely one of the dumber things I've heard someone say. Because if you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, I'm pretty sure your doctor would know. There's some kind of telling signs about that. I've had some stupid people call in, which it's partly entertaining and partly frustrating. I like jobs where I have to interact with people a lot. I like social interaction, but I hate it at the same time. It depends on the interaction. But I find my work interesting, at least. I get to help people, which I enjoy doing. So it works out either way.
Down to further notice. Necessary security measure.
Officer, ma'am. Damn, are we ever lucky we ran into you?
No. My supervisor has helped me phenomenally. He's the only one there, pretty much, that is not a corporate shill. So he and the other supervisors have to like fight our quality assessment team because they try and knock us down below the goals, which we get our bonuses. It's a whole corporate bureaucracy is so flippin' annoying.
No model citizen, maybe.
I hate it.
He's a good kid.
I do not get along with people. I cannot work in most settings because I do not get along with people that do not have common sense, which is basically anyone, or empathy. If you're not empathetic at least a little bit, I will not get along with you.
She took a liking to you.
The devotion I demonstrated.
It's hard because there's a lot of people in the corporate world that do not care about anyone besides their own asses. which I do not get along with people like that, because those are the kind of people that think that if they don't have employees, they will still have a company, which is not true. The only reason it goes from the bottom up. You have customers, and customers are what makes you have a company. Well, you need employees to help run that company. If you chase off all your employees, then you don't have a company, even if you have customers that are willing to pay for it. And there's a lot of people in the corporate sector that do not know that somehow. Which, they're probably people that, they're the same kind of people that go to college and think they're going to get out of college with a job guaranteed, when 90% of college degrees are largely useless in the face of actual experience. It's like, if I was an employer, for instance, and I was looking at people to help me develop a video game, I would much rather take someone who worked on, like, maybe even a small indie game. I don't know, what's a good example? Like, maybe I was hiring someone for a video game, and there was someone that worked for Mojang a couple years ago, or Mojang, however you want to say it, and helped make early versions of Minecraft. And they were really good at their job, they just didn't agree with what they were doing, so they left. I would much rather hire someone with actual experience than someone with a piece of paper saying they know how to do a job. Because a piece of paper saying you know how to do a job does not mean you actually know how to do that job. It just means you know how to give the correct answers when they're asked. You don't have any experience actually applying that in the area you're getting a job for. So, it's irritating, because I bought into the idea that you need a college degree to be successful, which I got out of that after about a year and a half of being in college. And luckily, I don't have very much student debt. I have like $8,000 in student loans, and I'm not too worried about it. I'm not worried about paying it off, because I pay like $10 a month for it. And I would rather do that than pay it off when I don't have the money to. I've got a car to pay off, I've got credit cards to pay off, and that comes priority for me at least. But it's just, I'd rather not have it, to be honest.
Praise be to thee, our Father in heaven. And our second guest is Karina Lee, host of the Chip In program, which promotes the use of cybernetic implants. How's life treating you, beautiful?
It is what it is, man. It is. I mean, because I get what you mean. Because even if you've been doing a job for 10 years, you could still find someone that's better than you at that job, because they have something called talent. Talent plays a big factor. No matter what manga says or anything else, you cannot overcome raw talent with hard work. Not if you speak to or go up against a genius in any, like a true genius in any kind of field, you will never outpace genuine talent. It's not possible. So all you need to do is find out what you're talented in. I am generally good with people in most situations. I don't like being around people, largely, depends on the social situation, but I am good at interacting with people if it's required. That's my talent. I'm good with people. And I enjoy my job. Competency. Oh, definitely. Oh, no, definitely. Definitely. There's a lot of instances where jobs are completely ruined. Is this actually...
So, what?
Go to bed? Oh, I have to go to bed for that to be unlocked. Okay, I'm stupid. I was gonna go sell some guns. But there's a lot of ways that competency is measured in corporate sectors. Well, not even in corporate sectors, just in the job market in general. That is detrimental to the actual success and to the actual success of the job. Take for instance, how sometimes, what is it? What was I going to say?
Oh, V, you get any sleep? No matter. Time you got up.
I think I might have caught something when I jacked
That's
into
funny.
that Corpo's biomon. Dunno, Neurovirus, or... Need to see Vic. Let him tell me what's got my head reeling, my stomach churning.
What was I going to say? A good example of how competency is measured incorrectly would be what some police departments do to measure the effectiveness of their officers, which is they have them track how many misdemeanors, how many stops, how many felonies they get. So, for instance, if you have I heard a good example of an incorrect way to measure competency would be if you have a PD, police department, where competency, or you were rewarded based on how many misdemeanors you got in reference to felonies. Well, if you get a bunch of felonies and not many misdemeanors, and you're not going to get as big of a reward, they're going to start booking people under misdemeanors, even if they're felonies, because they're going to get a better reward. So it's not a good way to do that. There's a lot of bad ways, which I think partially is intentional. I think a lot of it is intentional because there's no reason somebody up in the food chain could not say, hey, this is really bad. This is a really bad way to run things. Maybe you should tweak it a little bit. And I'm sure someone has, and I'm sure they got fired by the HR department for making those concerns known, because that's how it works. Yeah, no, exactly, no. HR is a largely useless department. There's so many things that could be trimmed down in our society that would make things run more cohesively. It's a miracle. Well, it's not a miracle, it's intentional that they don't. Because why else would people not be able to get jobs, right?
How about a round or two? What do you say?
Oh no, it's completely ridiculous. I hate all the red tape.
Just gave me
I hate it so much.
Ass whooping he did. Be curious to see how he handles the likes of V. So, how about it?
Let's do this.
It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. Like, I feel like my cat could run things better than most companies do.
You got one hell of a punch there, champ. Ever thought of monetizing it? I can arrange a fight.
It's good to hear that, Young. Even if even if you do not understand it, you will understand it when it actually happens to you. Trust me, every kid hates to hear you are not old enough to understand this, and then when you turn 18, you turn 21, you turn 25, 30, 40, you look back and realize, yeah, I had no idea what this was until I became an adult. You will have no clue. That's just how it works sometimes. It pisses everyone off that hears it. You are not old enough to understand this, but 99% of the time, it is 100% fact. Sometimes there are certain things, certain experiences that come with age. Wisdom is more important than knowledge, because even if you know everything in the world, if you do not have the wisdom to apply it, then you're largely a useless person.
You mentioned something about
like most college kids now. That's why a bunch of people are graduating from college with 200 grand in debt and not able to get jobs, is because they have all the knowledge, but they don't have the experience, which is what wisdom comes from. It comes from experience. They don't have the experience to use that knowledge. So they're largely useless, and that's why people don't want to hire them, because they want to hire people with experience, which I know it's an oxymoron, which everyone experiences. You need experience to get a job, but you can't have experience until you get a job. Unfortunately, that's the way it works with a lot of people. But I think one of the reasons I got hired is
you want to get rich off my blood, sweat.
One of the reasons I got hired at my current job is because I had actually worked in the medical field a little bit before. I had worked at a call center for CVS, CVS Caremark, which is a pharmacy. It's an online pharmacy that delivers medications to people. So I had 5 months of experience prior in the medical field, so I knew what HIPAA was, which is the privacy law, if you didn't know. I knew how to go through that. I knew how to keep people's information private. I knew all the laws regarding HIPAA and everything like that. So that was a big help in my favor. to have a job even related to my current one. So I think that's kind of where a lot of people should start. If you can't get the exact job you're looking for, go find a job where you have, yeah, exactly, PII and personal health information, yeah. Personally identifiable information and personal health information. So sometimes, even if you just find a job remotely related to the one you want, you will have a much better chance at actually getting the job you want if you just give it a little bit of time. Of course, you also have to be at the right place at the right time sometimes, which is always irritating to the highest degree. But, I mean, you can't really do too much about that. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, sometimes. So, just find your niche, find what you're good at, and then do that until you find something better to do. That's what I've done, and it's worked out so well for me. And another big thing, if you're a religious person, trust in God. Trust in God. God will never leave you wrong. If you get a gut feeling about something, do it. Do it. If you like your stomach churns at the thought of not doing something, go ahead and do it. If you even a tiny little thought appears in your head, I'm really going to regret missing this out, do it. Go do it. Trust me, when you follow your gut instincts, God will never lead you in the wrong direction, ever. There's not a single time he will do so. So, just learn to trust in the Lord, and he will lead you right. I probably should have put that in technical ability. It's probably not a good idea, but level up pretty fast. Let me see. Let me turn my volume back up. Where is this? How much damage does that do? 20. God dang, that's 25 damage, and that's 11? Heck, man, I'm not using that. What? Why would I use a weapon that does 14 damage less? Okay, well, first off, the Pope... Okay, so, I'll tell you this. There is a difference between people who are actually Christian and people who say they are Christian. The Crusades. A lot of people say, oh, well, Christianity's bad because the people who committed the Crusades were all Christians. No, they were not Christians. You can tell by their actions. There are people that will go to church, they will seem perfectly fine, and then like the pastor in whatever state there, I forgot what state he was in, there was a pastor that was found to have a... That's not the case, actually. It's not that religious, specifically for Christianity, it's not that we're not supposed to kill people, it's we're not supposed to murder people. Yes, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cynical people using religion as a mask. Exactly. That's how the Crusades worked. They used religion as an excuse to commit evil deeds. That does not mean that Christianity itself is a bad religion. It means people are using it. Doesn't say, it absolutely says you need to read the Bible, 100%. Catholics are not good people to talk about on that, because the Catholics, more than basically anyone, have changed the Bible to fit their own narrative. Like, more than any other people on the planet that are in part of Judeo-Christianity, they have changed the Bible more. They've even removed part of the Ten Commandments. But back to what I was saying, one of the Ten Commandments is not thou shalt not kill, it's actually thou shalt not murder. Of course, in most languages, there's distinct wording in regards to legal killing and illegal killing. For instance, if it said thou shalt not kill, then technically speaking, you could say that Christians have to be vegans, but we don't have to. Like, for instance, you can... Oh yeah, no, they've changed a lot of the Catholics are very bad about that. The Roman Catholic Church is a terrible institution. But it says thou shalt not murder, which murder is illegal killing. Legal killing would be killing in self-defense. So if someone comes up on you, you can fight back. I mean, even if you look at the Bible, Jesus said when speaking to... Before Jesus sent his disciples out into the world to make disciples of the nations. He said, if you do not have a sword, go sell your cloak and buy a sword. Jesus himself said, you need to get something to defend yourself with. Jesus himself said you can go, if it's an act of self-defense, it is okay. And there's also righteous fury, which is a whole nother story, but an example of righteous fury would be when Jesus went into the temple and threw all of the tables for all the shopkeepers and everybody selling animals and all the tax collectors. He threw all their tables out and chased them out of the temple. That would be an example of righteous fury. There are times when, even if it's not self-defense, killing someone is very, very much warranted. If you find someone touching your kid, I very, very highly doubt God... I mean, I can't say that. That's my personal belief. I doubt God would fault you for killing someone raping your kid, for instance. There are examples of where killing is 100% warranted in the Bible. 100%.
Partly gold-plated cool.
So what's the gig?
So there's a lot of misconceptions that float around about Christianity for people who don't really know the Bible very well. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of people that... Actually, if you look at the biggest churches in America, exactly, because they turned God's temple and they turned the home of the Lord into a marketplace to sell goods.
Why do I gotta go? You and T-Bug draw straws without me?
T-Bug and Dex go way back.
So there's very much instances where killing is warranted.
Needs to check you. Talk to you.
Another misconception I would say
it's his job, his
would be a lot of the
rules.
Levitican laws, some of the laws in Leviticus. Because there's a couple different types of laws. I'm not too familiar with it myself, but one law that a lot of people point to and say, look how barbaric and stupid this is. If a wife in Israel was accused of adultery in the Old Testament, she would be brought before the temple of the Lord, and she would be fed a mixture of dirt and water, and if her inner thigh withered, then she was guilty of adultery. A lot of people point to that and say, that's stupid, that's barbaric. When is that ever going to happen? That's kind of the point. Like, when is it ever going to happen that a wife accused of committing adultery, unless God himself intervenes, drinks muddy water, and her inner thigh withers? Like, what's the actual chance of that? It was a protection mechanism to protect wives from being falsely accused, because if you were accused of adultery, I'm fairly certain the punishment was being stoned to death. So, in the Old Testament, that's a very good way to get of a wife you don't want to have a mistress, is to accuse her of adultery and get her stoned to death. So it's kind of things like that that a lot of people misconstrue as something stupid or barbaric or just retarded in general. But there's a deeper meaning that is not actually very hard to find if you actually look for it.
Some top-notch work.
So it just is what it is, though. I mean, if you know anything about Christianity, does it suck to be persecuted for your religion? Absolutely. Do I agree with anyone persecuting anyone? Absolutely not. Like, we're made in God's image, and we perfectly have the ability to make our own life choices. Should we all the time? No. We should. It's a good idea to follow what the Bible says. But God gave us the freedom to make our own choices, which that's just what it is. So we can choose to live out however we want. There's going to be consequences for it. No, there's no, especially Christianity, there's no, as far as I know, there's no religion that truly calls for violence. Besides possibly Islam, I have a Muslim friend that says that Islam does not call for all the infidels to be killed, but it kind of doesn't matter what context Muhammad was speaking in. He still said kill all the infidels. So yeah.
Your eyes do not belong to you, or rather, not only to you.
Nut job. But there's I'm trying to think. No, I don't like. There's no, especially in the New Testament, there's no real instance of God calling for violence. And the only times that God ever annihilated a group of people, was when they were like genuinely sinful, like Sodom and Gomorrah. The reason Sodom and Gomorrah was annihilated is because they tried to rape angels.
Is it gonna be dangerous?
They were.
Don't you worry.
Because angels themselves are beautiful creatures.
We're bulletproof.
Yeah, it was not good for Sodom and Gomorrah. But hello, little cats. Little cats.
Malone drops his guard. You can see the...
Personally,
surprise every old ripper. It's good to see you.
I'm gonna wait for them to stop talking, and I'll say it. But
it's been a while. To what do I owe the pleasure today?
Last gig, had to jack into a client's neuro socket. Think I might have gotten spiked.
Experiencing migraines, nausea, hypersensitivity to bright lights.
Whole kit and caboodle.
All right, kid. We'll sort you out in a flash.
Islam teaches that you can't kill in self-defense. Really?
Need some new kit, but
is that fact or cap?
Vic. Time I bumped up my sights and got a grip.
Really? Now? Finally?
Vic, shit's getting real. Got a job from Dex to Sean, hitting the major leagues.
Interpretation. Yeah, but interpretation. If you leave something up to interpretation, then people will interpret it in a wrong way. That's the thing about Jesus. What he said was not up for interpretation. Like, if Jesus said to do something, you do it, or you're breaking God's word. Like, or you could go to hell if you don't do what Jesus says. There is no up to interpretation. There's nothing up to interpretation as far as what Jesus says to do and what not to do. Like,
chair, please. Sit down and relax.
Personally, if you actually look at the Messiah, the quote-unquote Messiah, they call it something different in Islam. It's like the 12th pariah or something really stupid.
Should be about right under the circumstances.
But if you look at what their supposed Messiah is supposed to be and do, it lines up perfectly with the Christian Antichrist. And if you look at...
You peruse and choose while I scan.
I wouldn't be surprised if China did that. I really wouldn't. But that's the thing. The issue with Muslims is that they say the Bible has been rewritten too much. What the purpose of the Bible is to say the entire purpose of the entire Bible is for one message and one message alone. Everything else is just context and how to live your life. The entire purpose of the Bible is this. Jesus came, God humbled himself into a human, limited his own infinite power, and sacrificed himself on a cross so that we had the chance to go to heaven as long as we believed. That's it. That's the entire message of the Bible. It does not matter how many times someone edits it. It does not matter how many times the Catholic Church or China or any other country tries to reinterpret or change the way the Bible works or is worded. It will never, ever change the meaning of the Bible and the purpose the Bible was created, which is that Jesus, to let the whole world know, to let the Gentiles join the Jews in the possibility of going to heaven, which is Jesus Christ came to die for your sins. Well, that's stupid, and anyone with half a brain would know that's fake. Like, texture slows time when your health drops below 25%. No, I want the fancy stuff. Titanium bones. They didn't know what... That's stupid, because murder wasn't even a thing yet. Murder didn't exist. Murder was not even a word until Cain committed it. They did not know what it was. Although I guess you could argue that inherently humans know that it's wrong to kill an innocent person. Inherently, it's wrong. So, I mean, I guess you could say that they did know that it's wrong to commit murder, but there's not a single place in the entire Bible. Yes.
Terms, any surveillance
essentially, Cain and Abel, what happened was, the reason Abel was found righteous in the eyes of God is because Abel gave the best of the best of his crops.
This should do the trick. Talks to Kuroshi Tech, too.
He picked out of all the crops Abel grew, he picked out the best of the best to present to God as an offering, while Cain gave the worst of his sheep, of his flock of sheep as an offering to God.
Lay that major league arm of
yours
right here.
I think it's amazing, like how people try and misconstrue what God does. Now, because imagine the Greek gods were real. If two people were offering the Greek god Zeus an offering, and one gave him the best of the best of his crops, and the other gave him the worst of the worst of his animals. Zeus would smite the guy, would just disintegrate him and throw him into Tartarus. Just eradicate his soul and damn his soul to hell forever. If Zeus was real. But Zeus isn't real. And God just banished Cain. I mean, he put a mark on him that would make the entirety of the human population hunt him. But yes, exactly. They sacrificed a lamb specifically for their sins, because a lamb is seen as innocent and pure. So because a sinful person, like it's a good way to put it. If you commit murder, there is nothing you can ever do to make up for the life you took. It doesn't matter what you do. You could become a doctor that saves millions of people in your whole life. Like, you could have saved millions of people in your lifetime, and it would never make up for the fact that you took one life. Ever.
Oh, beautiful.
It would never make up for that. So that's the purpose of Jesus coming, is because he never committed any kind of sin, despite feeling the same kind of temptations we do, despite knowing hunger and thirst, knowing the temptations of women, knowing the temptations, everything we experience, Jesus went through. Everything. But he never committed sin. He never fell to those temptations, which is why his sacrifice is so meaningful, and that's why he's the only one that could save us for our sins. Because that's why I think it's so hard for people to believe in Christianity, because the very fact that, like, the idea that you don't have to make up for your wrongdoings. You don't have to. There's nothing... People don't want to accept there's nothing they can do to make up for the wrongs they've committed in their life. They don't want to. It's hard to accept that. Just like it's hard to accept that you can get into heaven and be in the presence of God himself just because you believe in his son, Jesus Christ. That is hard for people to accept. So I think that's the issue. Is that they just have such a hard time accepting that. Because it is a hard thing to accept. It really is. Sometimes, even as a Christian myself, I feel like it's hard to accept.
With your thought processes,
but
read your intentions.
Sacrifice his son. Yes, that was Abraham.
NCPD file
Abraham
search.
and Isaac.
Ne'er-do-wells. You know exactly what they ne'er did well.
So, it
ought to work like a charm. Now draw your weapon.
It's hard for people to accept that.
Your ammo count in a brand new set.
Because that's a good way to put this. I think Catholics, the Orthodoxy, and everyone else who says they are part of a denomination is stupid. No, there is no denominations as far as believing in Jesus Christ goes. Either you believe in Jesus Christ or you don't.
Say you'll
That's
take
it.
this and remember the dosage. 2 whiffs now, and another 2 in an hour.
It is indeed rare to find someone who randomly knows the Bible.
Thanks
I agree
again,
with that.
Frank. You're the best. I owe you.
I'm not going to say I know the Bible very well, but
Go on, kid. Show them what you're made of.
It-
And once you hit the big leagues, don't forget where you came from.
it's a good way to put it. I don't know. Like, there's so much to talk about. Because there's so many things wrong with the way people portray Christianity today.
Heart chakra looks a little out of whack, babe. I can release it for you, but you'd have to watch out for negative energy fields and avoid mean reds.
V, yo, listen up. I talked to Dex while you were in with the doc. He's waiting in his ride. For you. Ain't but a hop to where he's parked. Next to Gramsci Burgers.
Okay, do my best to talk us up.
Oh yeah, no. I would not trust. Like, that's one of the reasons that turned me off of going to church. Which it's hard for me. But god dang, what the flip is this dude doing here? 11 overheats? NCPD Netrunner? God dang.
City is on the rise.
That is ridiculous. That dude
But this
is...
issue matters to me for a few reasons.
That dude's broken.
There are people who say cyberpsychosis can be treated.
Right.
And I know exactly how that sounds, but I believe even an unproven therapy is still better than a bullet to the brain. If I get a tip about a possible attack, I'll give you a call. Maybe you can investigate before Max Tack hits the scene. But remember, you're not there to execute anybody. Try to incapacitate the attacker, and I'll send someone to pick him up. I hope that's all clear.
I wouldn't say you're a heretic, but... I mean, your father probably would. I do not like the label of a Christian, personally. Like, I know that probably sounds weird, but I do not like being relabeled as a religious person, because there's a difference between religions and being faithful, believing in Jesus Christ. There's a big difference, because with quote-unquote Christianity, you believe in a person. You're believing in Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the only way to get into heaven. There's no other way. You cannot work your way into heaven. There's nothing you can ever do to make up for the faults you have. There's nothing you can ever do. You are not a good person. No one's a good person. No one has a good heart. Nothing. All of us are bottom of the barrel trash in the eyes of God until Jesus Christ gave his life. And when we all die and we sit in front of God, and he reads out in front of the entirety of the human population that has ever existed, is existing, and will ever exist, billions of people. They read out your crimes, every bad thought you've had, every bad word you've ever said, every bad action, anything you've ever done that is displeasing in God's eyes. He will read them out, look at you, and right as he's about to condemn you to hell, Jesus Christ will walk in front of you and say, Father, he is one of mine. My blood has cleansed him, and you will go to heaven. That's how it works. That's how it works. There's the issue, what people consider religions would, like, even in being Jewish, being Muslim, if you believe in the Greek gods, if you believe in the Norse gods, all of that, all of those religions are ones where you get to their paradise through works. You work your way into paradise. You cannot work your way into paradise. Just like I said, you could kill one person, and there is nothing you can ever do that will make up for it. Not if you save 1 billion lives. Not if you invent the cure for cancer today would that make up for that one person you killed. That will never wash that away. Ever. So, that is why Jesus had to come. Because you cannot pay for your sins. Yes, that is why I don't like to call Christianity a religion. I don't believe it's a religion. Because when you think of a religion, you think of something like Islam, or you think of being Jewish, or you think of the Greek gods, you think of the Egyptian gods, all of that stuff. That's what you associate with religion. That is not at all what Christianity is in any capacity. and I don't consider myself a religious person in the traditional sense. But, oh shoot! I did not mean to just shoot that cop. We're gonna reload. I did not mean to shoot that cop. Yes, that's my point. I am not, like, I don't even like being called non-denominational. Okay, because the very fact that there are Christians, there are followers of Jesus who... The Islamic Jesus was a prophet. He was not Muhammad. He was just a prophet who was born of a virgin.
That's probably not news to you, but this issue matters to me.
I did not...
Cyberpsychosis can be treated.
Right.
And I know exactly how that
so
sounds,
the story of Jesus in Islam is that he was born a virgin. He followed God. He was perfect in every respect, but God did not let him die on the cross. He replaced him with someone else on the cross. What the? Oh, they're replaying the video. But that's how it works in Islam, which is just dumb in retrospect, because why would God have a prophet that would go up onto a cross and then not die? Like that, Islam and Judaism completely disregard every prophecy that Jesus fulfilled. Every single one. They don't believe a single bit of it. Wow. Okay. I did not know that was explosive. But, like, the Jews think that their Messiah still has not come yet, and that's why they need to build the third temple. Well, when they make the third temple, that is, once the third temple, if I could speak, oh my gosh, bro, the NCPD's on me. Why is the NCPD on me? Yes, once the third temple is built, that is when the Antichrist will come. So the start of it was the Abrahamic Accords. When anybody who agreed with the Abrahamic Accords is a complete enemy of every Christian on the planet. There's not a single place with a person that agreed with the Abrahamic Accords that you could agree with. Because the entire point of a religion is that it's the only real religion. That's it. So if you're a Muslim and say you say being Jewish or being a Judeo-Christian is exactly as valid as being a Muslim, you are not an actual Muslim. Because if you are religious, you believe your religion is the only true religion. If you disregard that fact, you are not actually a religious person. That's an oxymoron. That doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm a Christian, for instance, and I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I say, Hestia, the goddess of the hearth and home and Greek mythology, is right up there with Jesus as being absolutely true. I'm not a Christian. I'm not. That's stupid. You can't be a Christian. You can't be a religious person in general and say that another religion is just as valid as your own. You can't. It's stupid to even assume that you could. But that's the kind of word games and mind games they try and play now. Is they say you can do this and this and this, but you can't. And they convince everyone that you can. If Islam took itself even remotely seriously, what it would say in that first chapter is that every other religion is fake. Every other religion does not exist. And the only true God is Allah. That's... Well, of course they don't read the Quran, because the Quran itself is a hypocritical existence. Well, what I mean by the Quran should say that no other God exists is that there's a big difference between the God of the Muslims and the God of Christians. There's a big difference. There's a very, very big difference. The God of Muslims, in my perspective, does not exist. Allah does not exist. There is only Yahweh. That is it. Because, from my understanding of speaking with a religious Muslim, myself, is that the Muslims Yeah, no, which is impossible for a human. You cannot not
Dexter
sin.
Deshawn in the flesh.
It doesn't matter what it is. A single thought in your head, according to Jesus Christ, even if you think about committing adultery against your wife, you've already committed adultery in your heart, which is what matters.
Would you rather live in pieces, Mr. Nobody?
Because thought is the
die
precursor
ripe,
to
old, and
action,
smelling
so that's
slightly of
why
urine, or
your
go
thought
down for
process
all
is so
times
important.
In a blaze of glory, smelling near like posies, without seeing your 30th?
You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing. Night City don't let you choose.
Yeah, no, there's like no path to redemption in any religion other than Christianity. There's no real path to redemption. It's the only one that offers you a way out.
They see the beast inside. All right, listen close. Scanning a serious job now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scav home.
Let me hear it. What's the job?
There's this prototype tech. A biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it. Simple.
Yeah? Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Mm-hmm. Arasaka. Surely that's no problem.
Corps don't deserve special treatment.
Shit.
Mormons?
You ain't playing around.
I don't know much about Mormons, but from what I've heard, they're Satanists.
Built on heaps of eddies.
Like, they're like...
Two things. First,
that's a good way to put it. I feel like, from what I've heard about Mormons, they're kind of like the shitty off-brand version of Christians.
Simple. Client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team.
What's the issue needs resolving with Maelstrom? Got a beef?
Slotting the shard.
Like, I mean, I'm not a good Christian either, to be honest. I am not even...
Got a classic tale for you. Psycho
okay, well, they're not Christians if they say that you can be non-binary. They're not. You will know a Christian by their actions, not their words. If you, I think like the top 3 mega churches in the United States are ones that teach work-based salvation. They don't tell you that you have to repent of your sin and change your life. They say you can do enough good to outweigh the bad you've done, which is not true. Because you can't. It's not possible. Even atheists acknowledge that.
Problem is, I did so from a gent went by the name of Brick. I say when, because Brick was the leader. 3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gangmate, one Simon Randall, aka Royce, plain dropped his ass. Royce is in charge now, and I got no way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor's word. To add to this shitstorm, one merited stout of Militech has developed an interest in said convoy.
I'm sure this video is going to be flagged for hate speech or something stupid.
Corpo agent, what's she playing at?
Hell if I know. Been skidding around town asking after the convoy.
Not like I care. I'll just upload it on Rumble.
The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk.
Sounds like she was waiting on the transport. Got stood up. Monochrome in the back's probably her chief suspect. Got nothing from
You'd be surprised.
So
I got copyright flagged on a video with like 20 views.
She fucked up.
Well, Mr. V, that is some impressive deduction.
Not that I care, of
Naturally,
course, but
use that intel as you please. Preferably well. Of course, to do so, you'll need that Frazzle Cat's info. Sending it now.
Client, what's her thing? Why she need to meet?
Woman's name's Evelyn Parker. Vetting her wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of intel.
Right, and?
Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me. Told me to stop looking. End of convo. Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game.
Sure.
You know, who'll be there for it all.
I'm up for it.
Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug
I'm
ain't
up
no
for
people
anything,
person,
really.
And Jaggy's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much leaves you.
Think I got everything. Time I got to work.
Well, that's just music to my ears. I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker at Lizzie's bar. Flathead, though's gonna be all you.
I will be right back. I'm gonna let the ride run, and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
One more thing, Mr. V. Quiet life or blaze of glory? Later now.
Okay. Demographic, geographic, behavior, and psychological segmentation. I know a little bit about it. Probably not as much as you think I might, but I know a decent bit about stuff that goes on.
Jackster, talk to Dex.
Yeah, Gordito's a big deal. Literally and not, yeah.
Guy certainly knows how to protect his biz. Wants to put us on a few small kinks. Prep work, I guess. Before lining us up a big job.
See if I can find some loot.
There's this combat bot, military prototype.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then Dex paid to take
I know what
it
you're
out their
talking about in
hands
regards
just
to that.
before
Then.
the Gangoons had to switch up in management.
Oh yeah, no, it's stupid. I've seen price disparities as far as people's insurance goes based off zip codes of like almost $100 or more sometimes.
Too, but I don't know how much help she stands to be. Then there's the other thing. Gotta meet the client who put the job on the table. Evelyn Parker.
Oh crap, I leveled up twice. Probably put some into there, and into there. Neutralizing an enemy, handing an attack on an enemy right after they detect you with delay detection. Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, it's it's something else. I think insurance is one of the biggest scams we have today. Insurance is probably the reason medical prices have inflated so much. It is absolutely the biggest scam. Besides credit, credit is the, I don't know, credit and insurance are probably the biggest scams that people have bought into. It's a good thing that they repealed the law where you have to have health insurance, but at the same time, if you don't have health insurance, most doctors won't actually serve you for some reason. Like, I had someone call in to get health insurance because his doctor denied him a $700 treatment. $700 is like nothing in the grand scheme of things, like nothing. Space Station 13. I've never heard of it, but that is what it... Oh, I have another perk point. That's right. Reflexes. Effect increases. Dashing. What are the good residual effects of this? Ooh. It's like that. And get these two next. Allows you to shoot while running. That's good. Let me see. Disassembly. Oh yeah, in Cyberpunk now, essentially you have to disassemble everything, or else you really don't have too much. Ooh, outer armor. I'll take that. Sounds like Project Zomboid a little bit. Project Zomboid's really annoying.
You? Well, what's Dex gonna do? Ride around in his limo, chat chicks up on the hollow?
Parker wants to meet someone on the crew. Dex gave me the nod.
He must know what he's doing. So, how you want to play this? Maelstrom or Parker? What's first?
I say we knock on Maelstrom's door first. Pound, actually.
Yeah, no.
In that case, I'll hit the all foods. Put my nose to the ground. Sniff around. Hasta luego.
Part of the issue with insurance, actually... Oh my gosh. That was rude. Run! So part of the issue, something I heard personally, is that sometimes what pharmacies, insurance companies will do I know. But so part of the issue with insurance companies is that sometimes, depending on what pharmacy you go to, when you get prescriptions, let's say you're getting levothyroxine, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a anti-diabetic medication. It's like for cholesterol or something. Or let's say you get citalopram, which is for anxiety. That's a tier 1 generic prescription, which means that normally it's very cheap. Usually the actual price of generic prescriptions is around $5 or less usually. But let's say that you have insurance whose generic prescription copay, which is tier 1 prescriptions, is $10, and the actual price of the prescription is like $2. Well, depending on where you go and what insurance you have, if you use your insurance there, instead of paying $2 like you normally would have been, you end up paying the generic prescription copay of $10. So I've started letting people know that they might not want to use their insurance or the insurance company I work for to get generic prescriptions, because I personally have never used my insurance for my prescriptions, although I'm only taking one now because my doctor refused to fill my other prescription, and I've learned to cope without it. So that was like a month ago, but all was fine and well. It was probably for the best, to be honest. I want to be off prescriptions anyways. I just can't sleep, so I take sleeping pills every night so I can pass out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll hit up. We're gonna hit up some NCPD things, try and level up a little bit. I will say one thing. Even though I firmly support capitalism. True capitalism is the best system we have ever come up with as a species. It works the best. It works better than anything else, essentially. But what we have nowadays is not actually capitalism, it's a capitalistic monopoly. So it's kind of like how China and Russia have, quote-unquote, a democracy, but in reality there's only one candidate, and that one candidate always wins. They're masquerading as America right now is masquerading as a capitalist country, when in reality, there are a couple corporations and a couple of people specifically that own everything. So it's not really capitalism in that sense. But unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like if Google actually recently lost a lawsuit with Epic, and so hopefully we're moving in the right step to dismantling all of the monopolies that certain companies have. As emergent property. What do you mean by emergent property, specifically? $19 damage. That's just 25 though. Hey man, things just work out like that sometimes, my guy. Like I can't help it. Emergent property. I've never heard that terminology before. Emergent property. Is it kind of like how if you're involved with something, like if you're involved in the underground for too long, eventually you'll become part of it? Or like the saying, if you stare into the abyss for too long, it stares back into you. Okay, I gotcha. See, the thing about capitalism, to have real capitalism, you can't... Turn off the radio. No station. No station for now. So, there has to be a little bit of government involvement in capitalism to prevent monopolies from forming. Because if you have a monopoly, that is inherently anti-capitalistic. Because the thing about capitalism is that it banks on what's called a free market, which I'm sure you know of. And to have a free market, you cannot have monopolies. So if you have a monopoly, someone needs to go in and break it up. What capitalism does is it gives you the freedom of choice on where to buy your products. It's kind of like how, Walmart owns, what is it? They have like an off-brand Walmart product, or like a Walmart-only brand, and it's like Great Value. That's what it is. Great Value is just Walmart's brand of product, and it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Like you have. Ooh, I did a really sick drift on that. Then crashed into a wall. But like you have Cheez-Its, for example, and then you have like cheesy crackers, generic brands. Who's she work with? Tiger Claws? Nope. Thank you for that. Ow! God dang, you're a big boy. See, you see what I mean by the net runners? You can see where they're coming from now.
I love this job.
Hey, you never know, man. I have a literal armory in my house. I have 10 rifles, and I'm buying a pistol. Well, I've already bought a pistol, and I'm picking it up Wednesday when they open back up. So I'm getting a Smith & Wesson 5.7, which, if you don't know what a 5.7 is, I'm sure you know the P90, because that's such a popular gun in video games. But the P90 fires this mean little round called the 5.7. And the 5.7 is basically it's whatever the Remington version of a 5.56 is. I forgot what it is. But essentially it's just a 5.56 bullet in like a 9mm cartridge. And it is a mean little round. It is a mean little round. And the Smith & Wesson 5.7 holds 22 total rounds. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, it is so small, like the cartridge is actually so small, that it has a little selector on it, like 22 long rifle magazines do, which is really cool. And also it has a threaded barrel on it, which, if you didn't know, one of the downsides of having a semi-automatic concealed carry weapon for self-protection is that when it tries to cycle, sometimes if you don't have a big enough cartridge, if you don't have a long enough barrel in reference to the, to the slide, it actually just won't cycle properly, which the Smith & Wesson 5.7 actually has a threaded barrel on it. So I don't have to worry about that, which is good. Which is one of the reasons I got, ooh, $3,500. Heck yeah. It was worth killing these dudes. And dump the bodies. And who the heck is going to be wandering through here and have the time to stealth kill everyone here? Not me. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'll go this way. I actually have a Diamondback AR-15. I actually have it on my wall next to me. I have a AR-7. I think it is. I think it's an AR-7, which... Stop running in front of me. An AR-7 is a military survival rifle that's chambered in .22 long rifle. I am a psycho indeed. Shut up. But I own a lot of guns. I even have a lever action. I have a 357 Magnum lever action that shoots 357 and 38 special. So I also have a 12 gauge shotgun. It's Dixon TAC 4, I believe. Are there police here? I could get the police in on this.
V, got a simple gig. There's a van sitting at a Revere Courier Services facility. You're gonna break in, clep it. If you want to know what's in the ride, check the attachment.
I don't need to know what's in there. I just gotta kill people and level up. That's all that matters. Okay, you can't shoot through there. I hope the cops aren't on me. What the... Oh.
Get into high gear!
Gosh dang, man, that kid's... He's got Fallout armor on. It looks like he just came out of a vault. Gosh dang, man, those tech pistols are so annoying. Bro, why are you not healing? I hit the button. Gosh dang. That tech pistol is brutal. I really need to get the thing where I can regenerate in combat. Yep, I knew you were still there, asshole. No! Did I shoot the cop? Oh my gosh, I shot the cops. Okay, we gotta restart. Gosh dang it, man. I did that like 4 times the first time trying to do this gig. I shot the cops so many times. I thought it was a oh my gosh. Man, that sucks.
V,
what game is that?
Simple gig. There's a van sitting at a Revere Courier Services facility. You're gonna break in, clep it. If you want to know what's in the ride, check the attachment.
I probably should have got the ping thing from that chick. I don't even have the tech ability to get in here. Gosh dang it. Thank you. Gosh dang it, man. Have a good night, man. I do plan to try and stream tomorrow, and I'll definitely be doing it this weekend again, because I had a lot of fun today. So feel free to join in then. Run!
Oh.
No! I hit the high foot. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna have to level up a little bit more. That's irritating. That's a hard gig. That's a hard gig. I'm gonna have to level up like once or twice more before I do that. Or get some better weapons. There's also that. But...
V, got a simple gig. There's a van sitting at a Revere Courier Services facility.
if I had some better weapons, it'd be easier.
Clep it. If you want to know what's in the ride, check the
Brainwash?
I dreamed a dream of an endless sea. Arasaka at the helm. Today my dreams are nothing but mist. And I'm nothing but down.
Cyberpunk is fun. I've beaten the game once. So I figured why not go through it again? Because I know I didn't 100% it. So let's head up a side job. We'll go there first. We need to get ping.
Ever gonna stop singing?
Get away.
Oh, you can even adjust the volume of the music. That's cool. So I could have it play in the background. But... That's the funniest advertisement I've seen in this game. Gosh, man. I wonder when they're going to start doing that in real life. Well, they probably already are, but... That's what doctors are for, right? Just pop you full of pills.
T-Bug sent me. Said you'd have something for me.
You're V, right? She had me hold the demon for you. It should work on any 3rd gen deck.
Okay. Glad to grab a demon, always.
You could test it now. I have an access point. If you'd like, that is. You might extract some shimsoft or subroutines. Seems worth a try, either way.
Have a good night, man. It was nice talking to you. Let's see. 7% quick hack. Damage resistance. That's pretty cool. Let me grab... What is it? Ping? Yeah. Alright, man. Have a good night. It was nice talking to you. Why can't I... Oh, camera. C, 1C. Huh. How do you get 1C55? Ah, I'm stupid. It's right there. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I am dumb. Here we go. I did it. I did it. Is there another NCPT thing here? No. No, we're gonna hit up. We could do the fighting ring in Kabuki. Meet up with Jackie. Let's hit up this. And we can fast travel to Mega Building. Let's do that. How long have I been going for? 2 hours. Gosh dang. Gosh dang. That means it's 6:40, yeah. Sheesh. I did not know I was going for that long.
Hey, here for a pickup. Order number 48.
Oh, let me just check. 48. You sure? That's a whole pack of...
Shh. Yeah, 48.
Here I thought monks had to give up all their mercy pleasures,
I know. It's for a friend. Just helping a friend.
Bartmost Collective first will come with the Great Reality Check, which ushers in the future of the world. What? The heck is that about? There's a fast travel point. Here it is. Oh man. Let's head up that side job, and then we'll I'm gonna end the stream after that. Man. Whew. I cannot believe I've been doing this for 2 hours. It does not feel like it. I gotta work tomorrow and go pick up a vape, I think. Help cool my head down if I get stressed. Maybe grab some wine coolers or something. I don't know. I'm enjoying my birthday. Hopefully. Hopefully it's slow. I'm really hoping it's slow tomorrow because I actually want to enjoy my birthday. Oh, it's this dude.
Hey! Hey, you! I gotta get to a Ripper, man. I'll pay you!
All right.
Great! Why are we standing here? To the car! Now! Satisfaction guaranteed, they said.
Let me guess. Mr. Stud XCV-19 series.
Yeah. How'd you know?
I know my implants, including the black market stuff. Faulty series. Got recalled. Still selling it on the street, though.
Hey. Listen. Thanks for not laughing at me.
Just our luck.
Just go, mow him down!
Chill, June. Be gone in a sec.
Chill? You tell me to chill? It burns! Fuck, it burns!
Chill. I'm doing what I can.
What I said to my output, she didn't like that too much. Jesus fucking Christ! Ugh!
really gotta keep yelling like that?
You even know how much it hurts? Like I'm screwing a goddamn pencil sharpener!
Well, suffer in silence, Choom. Heard what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Actually, I gotta go.
Funny.
Oh my gosh, I was turning the wrong way. Woo! Do not want to.
Faster! Faster!
Okay, we're...
Hey, you after? I'll call you!
But...
That was easy. Actually, we're gonna explore here a little bit. Go away. Oh, ooh. Huh. I've never seen this before. .5% recoil reduction. Cool. I like it. How about this one? Ooh. Ooh. Three-round burst. I like it. I like it. I like it better than automatics. Well, man, this has been a trip. It's been a great night. A great end to my Christmas day, to be honest. And I think I'm going to go relax now. I will try and stream again tomorrow, but if not, I play on my PlayStation quite frequently, so I'll probably stream whatever I'm playing, to be honest. Whatever it might be. So I will see you in a little bit, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Christmas day. See ya.